Good morning, Kiddo Kids, and welcome to your Wednesday, December 13th. And today is National Horse Day because horses are a really beautiful and iconic animal to our nation. It's basically what, we rode in on the backs of horses, guys. And horses are a really cool thing. I mean, people enjoy horseback riding as a sport and something to do recreationally and even to get around in some places. Or there's even sports like horse vaulting where you just jump over stuff with a horse because, awesome. Or, you might as well add a pool of water underneath it and make it an Olympic sport. You know what I'm talking about? But there's also one of my personal favorites, which is basically riding on a horse while it dances is the best way to describe it, called horse dressage, which sounds so incredibly fancy. I feel like that outfit is just as fancy, too. There's also horse racing, which you ought to be a relatively small and light person to be able to be competitive for. Or there is polo, horse polo, which is a really cool sport where you're basically playing croquet on top of a horse, which is a really neat thing to do. One of the old sports, though, that I'm kind of glad has seen its way out, though, is horse diving, which ended up being a little bit dangerous for both the diver and the horse, but this was a real thing. I'm not kidding you. This photo is absolutely a real photograph, and just the weirdness of jumping off of stuff with a horse diving into a small pool. It's a little too much. But one of my personal favorites is there is a 22-mile race, which is kind of like secretly popular, where people compete against other people on horseback. And weirdly enough, this most recent year, it was a human that won the race. With 22 miles, that gives humans a little bit more of an advantage as we are better long-distance runners. But the horses are obviously much faster, so it's a very competitive race overall. But one other cool bit of horse news that I want to tell you about is the fact that horses are really coming back. That means wild horses are having a huge resurgence in the Midwest. In fact, so much so that it's almost a problem. We've got horse overpopulation in some states. States like New Mexico, Idaho, Colorado, Montana, Nevada, and Oregon, just to name a few, have pretty extreme overpopulation that could actually be a big deal. People actually have to adopt those wild horses in order to give them a good home and, kind of keep them from populating way too many more. But, enough horsing around because we got to get to the next thing. Yeah, okay, well, we got to do the rest of the announcements, but that's a horse of a different color. All right, anyways, let's find the flag in the room and...
Please rise for the flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated.
All right, crazy kind of kids, let's talk a little about food for the day. Well, on our menu, we happen to have a ham sandwich or chicken tenders, along with roll, broccoli, mandarin oranges, and milk. What's going on with that weather outside? Well, it's going to be a relatively cold one. High of only 33 degrees, plenty of wind to keep that temperature nice and low. But tomorrow, a little bit of warm up. The sun will peek back through, and Friday is going to be the nicest day coming around for a little bit. Although we will see warmer weather over the weekend, the temperatures will drop back down into the beginning of next week, and, the sunshine and clouds are spotty here and there. But today will be one more day of heavy winds, so just be careful that you don't lose a hat or something out there in the fields today. All right, let's do everybody's favorite part of our announcements and do our Kendall canines. I do want to let you guys know about Blake Dobbins has an awesome feline friend right here by the name of Lily, and I got to give you extra points, Blake, for having matched your cat to your Carhartt. I mean, that takes some real commitment. Anyways, let's say plus 80,000 points because, yeah. All right, let's do our mission statement. The mission of the Kendall Central School District is to provide the knowledge, skills, values, and attitudes needed by students to live responsibly and to compete successfully in today's and tomorrow's world. Well, I hope you guys have a wonderful Wednesday, and if I don't get a chance to see it, remember to stay colorful, Kendall.